All right, so this is gonna be kind of a walkthrough on how to do the Versa Pro. We have the VersaPRO at South, we have a Pro and a Spa at North. It's about the same thing for all of them. The outside of the room is really important. It's gonna be the same as all the other rooms, except for this is gonna be a little bit more heavy duty because this is actually where all the overspray is coming from. So if you can see, the very top of that is a little bit orange from all the overspray. So try to get all of that. The walls are gonna need to be scrubby bubbled. Most in here, you're gonna have the Pinoline and you're gonna have the scrubby bubble. Most of what's gonna actually have to be done in here is probably gonna be the foaming, just because it's a little bit stronger, and this is the source of all of the overspray. So the outside is going to be disinfectants to clean the couch that's outside, just because the Versa is what's causing all of the discoloration. And if the Versa room is yours, it is your job to clean up from the Versa. So the couch that's out in the front, you're just going to use the disinfectant we use on the beds for that. You're going to hit the baseboards, the mirror, the door, the walls, and the cupboard in here too. It's basically all the same. Like I said, so get the baseboards really well, use the scrubby bubble on that, get the walls with scrubby bubble, put some elbow grease onto scrubbing the walls. Right there actually looks kind of bad. Let me see. Shake it up. Spray a nice layer and just let it eat away. If there's a lot of DHA buildup, you'll actually start to see, as the scrubby oil starts to drip, it'll actually get brownish orange, and that'll be what you'll be cleaning up. Instead of using a microfiber towel, since it's really heavy duty in here, those would get, you'd have to go through a lot of them. Actually just use a Versa towel. So and all that discoloration's from a couple seconds of scrubbing. So the whole room is gonna have to be done in that fashion. Same with the door, around the door, this inside part, that part of the door, the whole face of the door, you'll be good to go. And then the cupboard too is really important. So this is obviously white, and the top doesn't look very white. Let's see what Pinoline does on it. All right, before. After. So you can see from the top to the bottom how much is just built up on it. So that is gonna be your job if you have the Versa room. Make sure you just wipe down the cupboard also. And baseboards, the floors really well. Mirror, this mat here also. And then actually inside the Versa, we're gonna do some stuff on the outside and the inside. So the outside, just make sure you wipe down these walls with it, the tower also, the base, all around it. A lot of people forget to do this area right here. So that's gonna have a lot. Also this area is gonna have a bunch. Just make sure you scrubby bubble all that. Scrubby bubble is gonna be your best friend in this room because it is very built up often. We're gonna use the scrubby bubble and get the whole top. It helps if you have a light, so I have a headlamp on. And if you look up, this is not going to turn out in the video. There's just a lot of DHA that builds up on the ceiling of this unit. So on the fan, that is all filthy right now. Over there is just grimy. You can see a bit of it. So let's look. That's the before. I'm going to spray some scrubby bubble on it and wipe it down. It'll look a lot better than that. So let it sit there, do its work, eat away at some of the gunk, save you some work with the elbow grease if you actually let that sit for just a little bit. Yeah, so the fans are going to be really gross. There's going to be really gross. While I let that sit, we're also going to be doing these, which are also really, really gross. So these ones you're actually going to be taking off and putting in a thing. So just unscrew it. Counterclockwise, so unscrew it, take off the top. Two things are going to come from it. So this is what it looks like. but it actually separates into these two parts. So if you notice, the ones that are still put in are vertical. So this little piece, that's horizontal right there. That is vertical on it. You want them to be vertical when you install them again. So these, you're gonna take them all off, throw them into this. You're gonna fill that with a solution, a mixture of water and straight pineolin from it, and just let it soak it up. It's gonna take off all of the gunk. I didn't have that prepared, so Scrubby Bubble will work really well also. Spray that onto it, let it eat it a little bit. Let's go back to this nastiness we were looking at. So if you remember what it looks like before, let's give it a good wipe down. And that is the after, which is a lot less grimy. So you're just gonna have to be doing that. The whole top area, as best as you can around there, is gonna have a lot too on the two little vent things that are up there. That's gonna build up a lot. This beam that goes all across is gonna have a bunch on it often. The towel's gonna get really gross. You might even need two. Don't forget to do all of this. Like I said, take these off individually, put them over there, and I'm going to clean that and then install it again, and you'll see how it looks. All right, so these are cleaned now. It's gonna go into it like that, and like I was saying, make sure it's facing upwards and not sideways when you reinstall it. So it's gonna be going on over that. Place it up and down and start to screw it in. If you'll notice, it will start just spinning also. That's okay, just get this on so that you don't have to hold it all the way. Now it stays on by itself. Now I can position it the direction I want it to and actually start screwing this on firmly. So there. With one hand it was easy. It's easier with two hands, but just make sure that is going vertical like that, like all the rest. And you'd have to take all those off, clean it. While they're off, also spray all through here and take all that gunk off too. So that's a rough little overview on it. Also, a lot of people aren't going to be cleaning this, so this will be your job also. Take out this filter. If you were to pop this off, you are met with an awesome present. Nasty hairs. That's pretty gross. We have gloves in the back if you'd prefer. I'm just gonna go ahead and grab a used hairnet and just grab it with the hairnet. Throw it away. Cool, that looks much better. It's gonna drain a lot better. You're not gonna be left with huge puddles when you go and try to clean the Versa after just a single use. And this just pops right back on. And snaps back into place. All right, I think that's all I really got for the Versa. Basically anywhere that has any kind of grime, you're just gonna be spraying with the Scrubby Bubble, let it eat away at it a little bit, and then go ahead and hit it with a Versa rag. Use some elbow grease and get it looking as sparkling as you can. So inside, outside, around this whole area, down at the base, all around the room. baseboards, walls, door, cupboard, the couch out in front, and you should be good to go.